この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam Episode 3. Welcome back everyone. Good morning. Hope you're doing wonderfully. I am still in the process of waking up, but we'll get there. I'm not too worried about it. Zeta Gundam Episode 3. So in Episode 2, we joined the Resistance and we are now part of Char's squad. Okay. Later, gonna just yoink one of these prototype Gundam Mark IIs and leave town. Just gonna skip out, bounce away, and disappear. Okay, pretty interesting. There was also some deeply interesting political stuff, a bunch of intriguing character interactions and little character moments, and a whole bunch of really interesting stuff. The whole show seems really cool right now, and I'm excited to see more of it and see where we keep going with it. On to the comments. Okay, I guess first thing before the comments would be, I am going to switch to the Zeta Rebel version. Okay, here's the reason. Shoutouts to Invader Alex22 for the long and significant and extremely informative and very useful comment on the last episode. It's super helpful. Thank you so much, Invader Alex. I really needed this. Invader Alex22 writes, the video quality for the actual episode content should be about the same for both versions. The reason why the American Blu-ray version looks cleaner in the OP and ED is because they overlay the English credits over the clean OP and ED with a digital workflow. Originally, the OPs and EDs would be filmed at 35mm without the text, and the show would be shot at 16mm. Credits would be added later during a second pass per episode, overlaying the original film footage, as sometimes the credits per episode change. But because they were working with analog film, compositing and refilming the footage would add more noise and reduce the quality. The American BDs had the luxury of being edited in a digital era where compositing text over footage wouldn't reduce the quality. That explains everything, doesn't it? But continuing on, anyway, like I said, the actual footage of the episode content should look mostly the same. Look at it, gives a couple timestamps. They're basically the same. Sorry for rambling so much about this. If you want another example of this, Stanley Kubrick did individual reshoots of the title card sequence of 2001: A Space Odyssey for each language it was originally going to be shown in, as he wanted to introduce as little noise as possible into the image. Most people would have opted to shoot the scene without text and then add later without compositing, or with compositing, and then that would reduce the quality. But if you want a really crispy opening scene, which you do if you're Stanley Kubrick and you're making a fucking 2001: The Space Odyssey, you want to go the extra mile. This explains both why it's happening and what can be done about it. And the answer is we just deal with the fact that the OP is lower quality because the song is better. Done and done. Okay, moving on through the comments. Pixel Saber writes, watching Bright get beat up is so infuriating as a viewer of the original series and acts as a really succinct way of getting us to further dislike the Titans while reinforcing the idea that they're the oppressors in this situation. Oh yeah! Also makes for more World War II parallels because the use of corporal punishment is a really easy way to make domestic Japanese audiences think of the Imperial Japanese Army. Yikes. Yeah, that's definitely always an element, is that Japan's got its own perspective on what went down in World War II and has its own series of traumas and horrors that have been endured by and caused by the Japanese people and military. So there's a whole different viewpoint on all that stuff, and the way that the Titans act absolutely should trigger some of that. It seems intended to, and it's great. And continuing, speaking of, you're definitely right that the political theater of Zeta Gundam feels more fleshed out than the original series, and I think that has to do with the staff and sponsors' willingness to place those elements more prominently, though it definitely doesn't focus on the matter as keenly as something like Fang of the Sun Dogram, or Legend of the Galactic Heroes, for sure, but Gingeiyu Densetsu Legend of the Galactic Heroes is at its core a political show, as opposed to a show meant to sell toys, right? There's a huge difference there. So seeing that interest, and I think we agree on this entirely, seeing that focus in Zeta Gundam feels really neat and really fleshed out compared to what we just watched 43 episodes of in Gundam, where the political landscape is kind of non-existent. It's like we're on the run and we're doing the running, and we occasionally run into people with political ties or like motivations, but just barely, and then only in the last couple of episodes do we really get any conversations about the political side of things. Now in Zeta Gundam, politics seems to be the thing driving the story. To steal a term from Matthew Colville, it seems like there is an actual thought-out underlying central tension in this universe. Matt Colville uses central tension to describe the thing going on behind the scenes in your world that drives plot forward. And he uses it, of course, in a Dungeons and Dragons context, thinking as a DM, as a dungeon master, but also in a storytelling context, it's applicable. What behind the scenes is the major tension in the world? For example, there's a pretty crucial and key central tension going on in the real world right now across the sea in Europe. Let's just say that so I don't get buzzword flagged or whatever. That's a central tension. That's a total possible central tension. But also you could have things like, the king's brother or the king died and the older brother of the king wasn't seen as suitable for the throne. And so the younger brother was given the position of throne. And now the older brother has to go out on a journey to figure themselves out. Like, that's a more isolated thing, but on a political scale, you end up with these two factions of these, like, people who support the younger brother and people who support the older brother, and they end up clashing, and it causes a bunch of conflict, and that can lead to a bunch of cool storytelling. By the way, that's the story of Ousama ranking so far, right? Having a core central tension in your piece of media really makes it feel fleshed out and real, because that idea of something that's going on behind the scenes that drives and changes and alters and affects the individual daily lives of your characters makes for good media. It makes for good storytelling because it's realistic in some way, but it also is narratively satisfying in some other way. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because it's relevant, I think. And then Pixel Saber's still not done. A little fun fact, the Mark II wasn't intended as the main mech of the show. Cool. But as the proposed designs with the concept that Bandai wanted for the main mech kept getting rejected by them, and the designers were told to go back to the drawing board, the Mark II was designed from the 0079 designer Kunio Okawara to make for a safe design to market. Of course, marketability is a huge factor when you're trying to sell toys as the main drive of your show, and that's a thing. There are a couple of other comments, and they are fine and good, and I love you all for making them, but that's all I'm going to shout out for right now, because I want to move on, and I want to find out what happens next, okay? Okay, thanks for the great comments and the informative comments, everyone. I really, really appreciate it. Keep those coming, and I'll keep on reading them. Okay, oh no. Oh no? Oh, okay. I just full screened the video, and the taskbar was still showing over. I was like, why is this happening? And it's fine. It's fine now. Now it's fine. Ooh, doggy. Hold on. Ooh, puppy. Big, beautiful husky going on a walk today. Oh, puppers. Oh, puppers. Okay. So, we are going to switch to the Zeta Rebel version. I did spend like 5 minutes today going back and forth, just like going to a timestamp in the Zeta Rebel version and then going to a timestamp in episode 2, in what we've already seen. Then going to a timestamp in the other version and looking at them and being like, I do think there is a slight difference. I do think that they're not exactly the same, and I think that the non-Zeta Rebel, the 1080 version, looks ever so slightly crispier. But I think that's just encoding more than it is like a better copy. Also, I like the subs formatting on the 1081 a little bit better because they're not the yellow subs. It's nice. But y'all want this OP, and I kind of want the OP too, and I'm down. It's fine. I don't mind too much. I mean, if I wanted the real Gundam experience, I would watch this on a CRT that's like 8 inches across, and I'd just film it over my shoulder so you could be my like friend trying to watch over my shoulder on my tiny ass CRT screen, and then we'd have the full Gundam experience. But that's not what any of us want. So we're gonna watch this version, and that'll be fine. So, I've got the Zeta Rebel version of Zeta Gundam Episode 3 up and ready to go. I've been spoiled on the title of it, because I always will be. It's Inside the Capsule. I will try not to be in the future. I'll try not to look at it, but sometimes it's hard. I don't know what that means. It doesn't mean anything to me, so no spoilers. Nice. Let's watch the episode. Oh, yeah, I know. Again, I'm still waking up. We'll get there. For sure, we will get there. Shilling and stuff. So there will be two, I guess also setup and stuff. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, beep timer to count you down. If you want to support this content, you can do so via the Patreon. It's in the description. It's the only way I make money. There's a reason that there aren't any ads on any of my content. It's because I hate them. and I don't want to make money off of them. So if you want to support me doing that, you can do that. Also, if you want to check out some of the other stuff that I've been doing recently, I have recently been streaming relatively occasionally, frequently, sort of, on twitch.tv/Teeaboo YouTube. That's my Twitch, and I've been streaming Elden Ring because it's really fun. I'll be streaming more today, probably, because I think the invisible enemies glitch is gone, which is wonderful. Also, if you want to see me go and work out at the gym and maybe prove to yourself that I have legs, I do, you can find me on the Instagram, also at Teeaboo YouTube, one word. No underscores, no dots. What's up? I'm posting fitness content. It's not really like content. I'm just sort of filming my workouts and talking about more normal stuff. But I'm expanding out into different directions, and so you can check me out there. Cool? Check me out. Do it. Do it. No, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And honestly, Instagram's a scary app, and I don't love it, but I do like posting on it, but I don't like having it on my phone. It's a little weird. Well, maybe we'll talk about it in the future if I want to do a whole video about how I feel about social media in general and blah, 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 but I don't think anybody cares because, you know, people are going to use it anyway, and that's interesting. Okay, now we're going to watch Zeta Gundam, Episode 3, BB Timer. Let's go. Boom. This is day old oolong. I brewed it yesterday. I just didn't want to brew more tea because I already have it and it doesn't taste bad. It's good. Hi, Haro. Really love that. So sick. Sweet. Sha. Hmm. Oh, shish. Luna 2. Beep, 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 beep. Is that Sha? I think it is. Sha, is this your boat? Who dey? Who's Grips? Lila Mira Lila? Fuck off, it all me know. Okay. Damn, Lila, 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 Lila. That's a cute character design. Buddy. Ah, so this is Grips. Admiral who? Don't break him. Fuck all y'all, dude. Oh, he has eyes. Ah. We knew that. Not Lieutenant. Lieutenant Franklin's. Whoa, what a cool scene. In the underground press. Right. Yeah, you did great, dude. All these bearded boys. This fucking child. Sure, ha ha ha. Yeah, can we give you some new type tests and just find out real quick? Or are we gonna get interrupted? Quattro Tai. Sure, that's your name. Sure it is. Oh, god damn, we're just stacking them up. The cute older women. Okay. I don't know. Okay. That's a yes. Wow, she's got her full suit too. That's so sick. Lila. Oh, cool shot. Wouldn't that be great? Uh, uh. Yeah, you caught a vibe, dude. You already caught the vibe. Dude, what a squad. Rolling into the club like wearing a shirtless fucking uniform. Char's so fucking sick. I don't swing that way, but goddamn. Goddamn. What a heartthrob, right? Of course. Dude, this whole squad is like it's a whole thing. A battleship. Of course. It's military secret. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. That makes sense. And hard cutaway. Interesting. It's meant to look like white base, right? Because it looks a lot like white base, right? All these space scenes are so different. There's no sound in space. No, it doesn't matter. These little camera movements are interesting. Hmm. Dore. Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So, what risk will you take? Is this bright? Oh. Oh, that's the mom. So this is mom and dad? The Alexandria is the big new ship? The new battleship? Doesn't seem huge. Bosnia. Okay. Ha. Nani? So what is it? So the AUG is getting their own fleet going? I see. So we're supposed to inspect it. So they built a ship that's kind of based off of White Base a little bit? They aren't Titans, right. Okay, what are Galbaldis? Got a little muddled there and confusing just based on faction-wise, but okay. Just inspecting. No attack. Oh, that was so cool. The way that she shifted and then the whole mech shifted. I wouldn't assume that ever. I've seen the opposite. Oh, they just did it the other direction. I've seen the opposite happen too many times. Okay. Fair enough. What do we say? Oh. Oh. Okay. Sure then. Wow. This is like our first real duel, huh? And it's Char versus a character that we don't really know. Like, what is the affiliation of the Galbaldis at this point? I don't know. Oh, all these little moments are so juicy now. Okay, Dad. Yeah, you seem to suck, dude. Oh. Well, you lost me, dude. Oh, let me rub your nipple really quick. Mm-hmm. Sweet, it'll do. Randoseru. Yeah. Yay! I think he's pretty ready. I think you might be surprised. Wow, what a weird transition. Cool moment, though. Oh, that's mid-roll. Wow. Sure. The music's so good. Whoa. Yeah, what's their deal? Who are they, actually? I still don't really know who they are. Did you? Nani? Mmm. Bye. Oh my god, the way they take off into space is so fucking sick. Okay. Oh, those intake sequences are awesome. Yeah, Sugoina. Just another day on the job, though. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. I think this is that second wave. And this has to be the new ship, right? And the capsule following you becomes visible? Oh, they're all going out. Hi, Zax! Okay, we're negotiating that return. Otherwise, we're going to destroy them. Wow. All right, off we go. So those are the hijacks? Hey. Okay. Yeah, it's a different faction completely. It's a fully different faction, right? So it's complicated. Right. Why are they signaling us? Because they wanna talk. Oh, what a cool shot. Well, shoot it down and steal it. Of course. Gotta figure out what's going on. And that's Emily in the front, right? Or Emma? Emma. It's pretty dope. Hey, what up? Yay! That makes sense. So dope. So dope. It is. But is she? But is she? Is she a diehard? Oh, hi. Oh, hey there. Didn't expect to see you here. What's up? Vibes, 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 vibes. Couldn't help but to notice you, noticing me. Across the room, I can see it and can't stop myself from looking and noticing you. Uh-oh. Give everything up. Kill yourselves. No. Is this betrayal? Did she just get betrayed? Oh! Yeah, that's fucked up. Oh, I believe it. Come on, you don't believe it? You don't believe it? What do you mean you don't believe it? You've been a part of this. Yes, you do believe that. It's in his own handwriting. Except that it is. Are they, though? Are they, though? Convince her. Come to us. Join us. Join us. He's just a part of it. Yeah. Whose spirits have been pulled away? There's some cool lines. So are we going to go on a rescue mission to save Camille's parents? Does he know yet? Are they doing it? Oh. You. You, kid. Well, let him take my dad. I'll save my mom, though. Super risky. Right, that's the backup plan. What is it? That's the question. Is it the parents in a capsule? So they can just explode them? I think it is. I think it's just two people floating in a fucking capsule in space. Orders. I'm sorry, Mr. Who? It's his mom. It's gotta be his mom, right? Straightforward murder. Yeah. Go, Camus! Oh, wow, what a cool sequence. Very 2001-y in a weird way. Oh shit, he's hopping in the mech! Oh shit! Camus! Camus, I don't know if that's a good idea, dude! Huh? Huh? Whoops. Immediately Char's going. I mean, Quattro. Quattro Bajibajab. Yeah, that's his mama. That's my mama. That's my mama. Let's go save that mama. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Wait, he thinks that was Emma? Ah! Bought us a second. That's Unit 3. It was stolen. You have your orders. You're supposed to destroy the capsule. Oh shit, are they gonna do it? Is he gonna watch his mom explode right in front of him? That would be the sickest, craziest idea. Holy shit, Gundam. Holy shit, don't do it. Holy shit, no way. No fucking way. No fucking way. I'm so excited by that. This is gonna be another donut situation. I'm so sorry. Oh no! Oh yeah! I'm so happy about that. I know it sucks, but I'm so happy narratively. Emma sees exactly who she's working with. This guy feels wonky. And Camus just watched his fucking mom explode in front of him. He is going to murder this dude. Let's go, Camus. I think it's that a powerful psyker just got angry at you, dude. That's the vibe you're catching, is that a powerful psychic entity just became infuriated. Yep. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Yes. Yes. Baller. Crazy episode. Is this the same or is this different? I think this is different. I don't think I've heard this. This is groovy. Yay, your mom's dead. Ha 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 ha. Fuck. Woo! Oh. Boop. Wow. Okay, so the discussion for this episode is going to be overwhelmed by the events of the last 30 seconds of the episode, and I think that's fair because the last 30 seconds are amazing. Really, the last couple of minutes, once this whole setup actually comes into focus for us, and I start to understand what Tomino is going for here and realize, like, oh, the butcher begins. I see, I understand. Suddenly things started to click into place. This is a really cool setup. I know, look, I get it. On face value, this is hard tragedy. The Titans use a hostage in order to cause a problem. And Kamyu goes out on his own doing another reckless thing, and essentially Kamyu is at fault for killing his mom. Essentially, right? But of course, it's actually the cruelty of the Titans and all that jazz, and so he's justifiably upset about this. He just watched his mom explode in space. That's bad. This guy continues to be our hate sink. Just everything fucked up that has been done in the show so far has been done by Beady Eyes or that guy. Or her husband. There are a bunch of fucked up people. It doesn't matter. But there's some other crucial elements. The whole squad watches this happen. They see this element of Kamiyu's character growth, and they know what's happening. Emma Sheen watches this happen. And despite all of her protests and all of her belief in the justice of the Titans and being part of the Earth Federation and things that they wouldn't do, Bask wouldn't do this, yada yada, she watches with her own damn eyes while holding the exact note written in his actual handwriting that explains exactly what's going down. There is nothing but incontrovertible proof in front of Emma Sheen right now. There is nothing she can do to say that this wasn't the plan, or this wasn't the goal, or this wasn't the desire. This is this is the military that you're a part of, Emma. And that's fucked up. And now you recognize that it's fucked up. Come join us on the other side, dude. Come join us. It's better. It's better over here. Speaking of sides, I'm going to jump back to the beginning of the episode. I think there's something that happens here throughout the beginning portion of this episode that I didn't like while it was happening. And then a little bit later, as we moved through it just a little bit further, I started to really click with it. I started to really vibe with what they went for. And it's this. We jump into space. We meet these characters that we don't know, and we don't know their allegiances. These two, okay? Jump into space, meet them. Jump somewhere else, we know who these characters are and what their allegiances are for the most part. We see a bunch of ships, we don't fully know what their allegiances are, and we meet all the people on board Quattro's ship, and we don't know any of these people. We don't know their names, we don't know their jobs on the ship, we can only assume that they're part of Quattro's squad. Squattro. End me, please. We don't really know who they are or what their deal is. They're just here and they're just talking. Which throws us into the same perspective as Kamyu, thrown into a new location with all these new people around us who we don't know, can't trust, don't understand, don't know what they want. That's interesting. And then as viewers, it sort of throws us in media res into an ongoing conflict that we didn't know was really happening until we see it all happening. And we meet the people behind it, and they interact with us in limited core ways. Instead of, like in Season 1 of Gundam, in Gundam 1, we would end up on this boat, and we would spend a full minute and a half of the episode going, this guy's blar blar goobadop, he flies the ship. This guy's doorbop bibblebop, he shoots the guns. This guy, this lady is shlibadip dabadoop, she's the medic. Like, whatever these people's roles are, we would spend the time to introduce them and do all of that shit. We don't do that, because Kamyu doesn't know any of that shit. He also doesn't really care. He's just there, and he's like, the work is happening. I guess I'm joining these guys because they seem better than the alternative. And then scattered throughout that are some really sick scenes. But we start up this conflict with this character going out, and even at the end of this episode right now, I don't know who the Galbaldis are. I feel like it might have been explained at some point. I'm not going to go dive in and like search it up, but I don't know who they are. I think Galbaldi is actually the name of her mech, is actually the name of the suit that she's in. But who's this group? These people? Are these Earth forces? Are these Zeon remnants? They're not Ayug. Are they Titans? I don't think they're Titans. Are they Earth Federation forces? What are they? Who are they? I don't know. Maybe I should know, but I don't. Maybe that's on me, but I don't know. Every time one of these Gundams takes off, an angel gets its wings. It's fucking so sick. It's so sick. Everything's so cool. Speaking of cool, this shot composition for an elevator ride, it's fucking dope as hell. Even the vignetting around the bottom edge, right around here, fucking works. But this with these guys, and then they actually arrive, and it's such a squad rollout moment. Boom. Truly, like, when me and my homies roll up to the club, is the only thing that I can think of here. It's the only thing I can think of is these guys are going out clubbing and they're gonna do great. They're gonna have a great fucking night. Character movement across the ship is really cool. Facial designs and facial expressions are really cool, even with most of these characters who we mostly don't know. And then the outside stuff, it's so sick. So they built this ship. Again, I got kind of confused as to whose ship we were talking about when, but they are, because they're building a brand new battleship for the Titans, and then there's this ship, and we're talking about this ship being new. So the AUG has constructed their own battleship of sorts, and it is, to some extent, clearly based off of White Base, which is cool, and of course is a saleable toy. But it's also the ship with the spinny things, right? Okay, cool. Good to know. Well, it's rad. I also gotta mention, just because I like it, these scenes where we take the camera and we spin it off into space. Now we're just folding or like fading through different layers and just moving them across, but it really does create this sense of scale and like 360-degree vision and panoramic landscape of sky and starlight for us that I think is really freaking rad. I also still think that the mechs look goddamn gorgeous. Just every time I see one, they just look fucking awesome. I can't wait to see more of that. Okay, so they decide about where they're going to return and stuff, and none of it really means anything to me. Oh my god, what a dope looking shot, right? Again, hallways, lighting, we're actually paying attention to these things. We're creating interesting compositions. We're utilizing and leveraging interesting compositions to tell our story more effectively. To obscure, in this case, it obfuscates the characters' faces, but it leads all our attention down this tunnel, making this seem really important, but also like a path, and they're moving away from the light. It's a little spooky, right? It's a little scary, right? Okay, so then this ship takes off, and I'm going to assume that this is the brand new battleship. It has to be, right? This has got to be the brand new battleship. Okay. Suits zooming. Again, angels getting their wings every freaking time. How cool is that? Lights and flares and stuff are also dope. I'm looking for, it's a little later, I think, the moment when she, like, zooms and her whole torso and her whole seat shifts, and then the whole suit shifts around her and it all zooms away in a direction. Looked so sick to me. I really liked that sequence. I'll find it eventually, for sure. But these drive-bys, these views from inside to the outside, there's just so much more creativity in where we place our camera and what we focus on with that camera. There it is. Holy macaroni, look at that. She moves the lever, the joystick, whole full body swing, and then cut one frame. Dink. Dink, and we're outside. And the pack awakens, the jetpack goes, and she zooms off into space. That's so fucking sexy. I don't mean like sexually, but like that's some sexy animation. That's some groovy shit, dude. I need more words to fit there instead of cool or groovy or hot or whatever. I just need more words. Need more expressive terms. I'll find a thesaurus eventually. All right, so they do some stuff. They say some things. They try some things. Oh my god. We find a little window into the beautiful relationship between these two. He's cheating on her and is an asshole. And then she calls him out on it. And he full blindside forehand hard to the cheekbone. Yeah, fuck that guy. But he gets to live. So, welcome to the morality of the Gundam universe. This dude, clearly a shitball. A bag of dicks. He sucks, man. He fucking sucks. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this motherfucker. Fuck this guy. The mom? Harsh, but she came looking for Camus in the last episode. She cares, at the very least. Maybe a little bit overbearing, but she fucking cares. She's there. Seems like a reasonably good person. Which one of them explodes and dies? Oh, right. Okay. Well, Shit. Thanks, Tomino. Cool. I see what's going on here. All right, we get normal suited up, just in case, just for your own safety, for no other reason. Definitely no narrative convenience there. Ensign Rikoa. Oh man, some of these shots of the suits zooming, voom, voom, and just the way that they duck and move and zoom and their momentum shifts rapidly really gives this nice feel to things. Really makes the combat feel interesting. And we haven't even seen really interesting combat. In my mind, our combats have all been really quick and like one and done. But what I've seen so far, just in terms of the way we're using the camera around them in space, and we're shooting their momentum and showing their, like, the jetpacks going and the guns firing and all those things, makes me really excited for what they can do when we get into, like, more drawn out, more fair combat, if you will. Like, where both sides have a chance. And there's real tension in it. Zoom! Then there's this stuff, like using the camera tracking. So we're using the camera linked to the thing, and we're tracking it across these stars as they move, creating so much zoom, so much momentum as they do. It's a really simple technique, but it's not something that was, I think, ever once used in Gundam 1. Like, ever, right? The number of little things that have leveled up, obviously, and not obviously, is amazing. From shading quality to this feeling like the metallic outsides of the mechs are really metallic and not flat matte paint, right? To the jumps between character expressions and what's going on outside, to even the jarring times when they choose to transition from one place to another or outside to inside. Even when they're jarring and a little weird, it feels right in the moment, I think. I don't know. It's just cool. The show is good. Genuinely good. I don't have to make any kind of excuses or dumb shit to make it seem better than it is. It's just good. And that's exciting. Also, I don't even understand what these whole flare thing deal was. I guess these are the battleships shooting each other, but it's fucking cool looking. Is that the Red Comet? And her friend gets exploded, of course, because yes, that is the Red Comet, actually. We get the whole mission, and it's a cool mission. All these secrets. I also love that those are hijacks. They're really close to Zaku's, but they're hijacks. Like hijakus, maybe? That's cool. It's just cool. The whole badass white flag thing is dope. However, it also indicates something else to us, right? To me. What does this indicate to you? Because what it indicates to me is that Emma Sheen is expendable if they're willing to send her as the negotiating party. Also, that she kind of knows that and is loyal enough and badass enough to do it anyway. Super cool. I cannot wait for Emma's heel face turn. I cannot wait for her to become an independent person who is part of our squad. I really want that because I like her a lot. I also love this little moment where she walks up and we see her face. She's got this little, like, hyper-confident smirk on her face. Just like, yeah, I'm here, alone, in a normal suit, in enemy territory, on an enemy ship. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? So fucking badass. So fucking badass. Uh-huh. Alright, we catch a vibe real quick, and we talk through the orders real quick. Oh, no, this is impossible. They can't do that. Yes, they can. They won't do that. Yes, they will. Yeah, they absolutely will. And nobody notices Camille. He's just an afterthought. And that becomes his greatest strength, right? It's been that way a couple of times already. People are like, this kid won't do anything. Just leave him. Then he runs away and steals your suits, dude. And he does it again. He steals their suit, steals the number 3, heads out there to save his mom, and in the course of doing so, indirectly causes her death. Harsh, dude. Really fucking harsh. And she tries to wave him away because she knows, doesn't she? Stay back. Something like that. What are you doing way out here? Why is it always like this? This is always the case, always. This is an extension of his struggle with his mom. Which seems to be that she's always putting herself in his way or putting herself into his life. And he wants her out of it. But he also wants her safe. And unfortunately, that's not the way it plays today. No safety for mom. And this guy, once again, gets to demonstrate to us why he should be the first one to die. He fucking sucks, man. Now, in this situation, he does not know what his orders are, but it doesn't matter. I think he would do it anyway. I think we get that vibe, right? Like, he doesn't care about this woman. If he had known that there was a woman in there, he still would have shot it. He did just think that it was a bomb, letting him win the day, right? So there is a little bit of nuance to it, but he's still a shitbag and a bag of dicks. And Emma watches the whole thing play. And this guy just goes, eh? Confusing. And Camille breaks and cries for the first time in the show like a vulnerable child. Camus spent every moment of screen time trying and to great extent succeeding at seeming like he's older than his years, except when he gets really, really angry and then fights people in a dumb way. But otherwise, Camus has been relatively restrained and thoughtful to some extent. And now, that all falls apart. He's a child who just lost his mom. And we watch and we experience that grief with him. And he grits his fucking teeth. And I think we know where this is going. This boy is in a super weapon, and he is very, very upset. Uh-oh. Don't get near him. Also, this might be the thing that triggers his powers to really start emerging, which would be great. I love this scene. I love this whole sequence. I love the way it plays out. I always have this reaction, and people will make fun of this, and it's fine. It's fine. Like, people still bring this up about Symphogear. You know, there's a scene where there's like a little kid in Symphogear, and then a bad guy like fully stabs the little kid through the chest with their hand. It's like, no! And of course, you can find the exact frame where that happens in the show is me like, I'm so excited by it. I'm so happy about it. And it's like, it's fucked up. And people are like, why? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You're messed up in the brain gourd. And that's true, but you have to understand that to some extent, while I'm invested in these characters, I'm more invested in the story that's being told. And by invested in the story that's being told, I mean invested in the way the story is being told, invested in the power of the narrative, invested in the things that make that narrative flow. And well-executed personal tragedy is like the most powerful thing in the fucking world. To set it up in such a way that it's not 100% predictable, and to bring it home in a way that actually has an impact, it's not easy. Consider how many shows have tragic backstories for their characters' parents, or like bad things happen and they do it poorly. It's like so many. And so when I see it done well, I'm really excited. I get genuinely excited by this. It's super cool. It shows a depth of care for your characters, and that's crazy to say. But I think you really have to care about your characters in order to kill someone really important to them in this kind of a way. Because what you're doing narratively with your character is you're not just killing this person, you are lighting the fuse on their rocket booster, on the main character's rocket booster that's going to propel them forward into the story. This is the spark in the cap gun or the blasting cap that's going to light the black powder behind them and explode them forward. It's important. It's necessary. They need this incitement, this incident. They need this thing to happen in order for their story to occur. And it's fucked up that you have to be the bad guy as an author and kill the person they care about sometimes, or put them in a horrible situation sometimes, but you have to do it. It's important. It's necessary. It makes their story real. And I think it's really well executed here, and I really like it. So that's why I got all excited during that whole scene, because I think it's actually exciting. I really, truly do. Okay, everybody. This has been Mobile Suit Gundam Episode 3, or Zeta Gundam Episode 3. Inside the capsule was Yo Mama. Outside the capsule are her body parts now. Sorry, dude. Oh, no. Oh, no. This was a pretty interesting episode, and I'm excited for more Zeta Gundam next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time for more. A peace.